Today's chef is Mary Martin, the founder of Sherbets, ready to eat, which supplies frozen foods. Frozen food is pre-cooked food that is subjected to rapid freezing and kept frozen until use. Freezing preserves food for extended periods because it prevents the growth of microorganisms that cause both food spoilage and foodborne illness. Among the foods that can't be frozen are eggs, both raw and cooked, and vegetables with high water content, as they tend to go mushy upon defrosting.
My name is Mary Cherop. Welcome to my kitchen. Today we are going to cook frozen food, and frozen food is very dear to me because I supply frozen food to the supermarket, and not just any frozen food. It's the simple kind of food like beans, githeri, jahe, mudokoi, and very recently we introduced very ready to drink porridge. We deal in frozen food. We prepare frozen food and have them pre-cooked, and we supply through the supermarkets. And we've been doing that for quite a while now. Maybe we're going to our 14th year. And it is very simple, and it was meant to be simple. Today I'm going to take you through the very simple way of making githeri, and I'm going to take you through preparing a very delicious kind of porridge, the kind of porridge that is very traditional, you know, the long time kind of porridge. Do fermentation very naturally the way our grandmas used to do, and we avail it because what we realized is it is something so dear to Africans, and it's something that is very delicious and very nutritious, and we need it especially today when we are looking to eat the kind of food that builds us. So welcome. We are going to start with cooking githeri, and I'm going to make it very simple, just using the very basic ingredients. We're going to use onions, we're going to use tomatoes, salt, mafuta, and this curry powder that I know for ages my mother used to use. So welcome, we are now going to begin to cook. You are going to watch as I go through this. And then, because the pan was already hot, we will go straight to putting the onions. You can reduce the fire so that it's cooking pole. So you cook until it's a little kind of transparent, kind of going to brown. Cooking, I can add some salt. I prefer putting the salt at the very beginning, so that you know your flavor, salt inaingia kwa whatever ingredient that you're using. I also like to put the garlic at this point, so that you know when you put garlic, when it's already dry, it easily burns. So nimeponda hii garlic yangu, so now I can add a little bit so that it kind of cooks with the onions. So you noticed I didn't put right at the beginning. It's just along the way. I prefer it that way because then that flavor of the garlic. I like to have it cooking slowly because then it gives me that it cooks well and evenly, and when you add a bit of curry powder, you will realize it almost immediately sticks on the floor of the pot. So you do that when your tomatoes are already ready so that it doesn't burn. It takes a very short time to burn, and when it burns, your food is completely ruined. I didn't prepare the kifuniko in advance, so I'm going to use this this plate, and we give it a few minutes. So as we wait for that, I'm going to open the githeri, which already is separated because I beat it up before. So our food is just for convenience, and not just convenience, not just any food. The idea was born because I thought about mothers who are in full-time employment, and the struggles they go through to provide their family with nutritious kind of food. And when I knew I was going to make a difference in their lives, I left full-time employment to do this full-time. It is completely melted and just ready for the githeri. So what I'll do, it's available in half a kg, but you can also find it in 1 kg packet. So you put a little and mix it well. So githeri is a very common kind of food in every family, but you'll find in most cases it's really not liked because of the hard kind of maize that is normally used to make githeri. But for cherubet githeri, we use green maize. We use green maize, and we use a kind of bean that is very unique. It is high in iron and zinc, and very good for everyone in the family. So if you are not eating cherubet githeri, I don't know what else you are eating. When it is completely done, then we will add the dhania, the coriander, and maybe we will allow it to warm up. Remember, it's already completely cooked, so we will cover it again for like a few minutes.
We take a short break. We will be back to know how the chilled porridge is prepared.
So welcome back to Cherubet's kitchen. So in the supermarkets, you'll find it in the chiller section. And why we put it in the chiller is because it doesn't go bad, but it will continue fermenting. So we put it in the fridge so that the temperature stops the fermentation process. So it's, I had already used this, but you will find it with a sealer foil to protect it from any germs entering. So welcome. So for this porridge, it's very easy to to measure, because if you are alone, for example, you want to make porridge that you will serve Naisha. So if you want a mug of porridge, then you do a tablespoon of this paste. It's a paste because when you're fermenting porridge, you add water into flour, and then you keep it for maybe 2 or 3 days, and then it ferments the natural way. So I'll scoop, we have 5 in this room, so I'll scoop 5 spoons. Then you put 5 cups of so 3, 4, 5. So as the water is boiling, so before you put a lot of water, you break the paste so that it's, in the preparation to make it smooth. When you're having your porridge, you don't want some tuvitu. So we make it, the way to make it smooth is to ensure that the paste is completely mixed with water. You just take your time. Don't be in a hurry. You don't want lumps in your porridge. You want it as smooth as possible, so that you can enjoy a really delicious kind of porridge. Then you add water little by little. If you have a small blender, you could use it instead of mixing with your hand. It's faster and easier to do that, and it makes it very, very smooth in a very short time. But here we want to make it as simple as possible, so that even if you don't have a blender, you can easily make your porridge. This is the best porridge so far in the market. It is porridge that used to be made by our people in the olden age. And when we were preparing to bring this porridge in the market, we did some research, and I learned that when you ferment, you actually break the hard sugars. If you do fermentation naturally, you break down the hard sugars, so it's very easy for the body to absorb. So we are almost there. So what we will do is pour in as we stir, because if you don't stir, then it becomes, you get those lumps that you don't want in your porridge. So we will pour as we stir. So what happens when you pour without stirring? It goes, the flour goes direct to the bottom and begins to lump up. So you do the stirring until it starts to bubble. So don't get tired, just keep doing it. Don't get tired of me. So it has started to boil, and as you can see, the texture is really good. running but not too watery. So you add some sugar. There are those who don't like sugar, so you can have it without sugar, or you can add some honey, and then, but when you're using honey, add it when you've already served it on your cup, so that you don't kill the goodness of the honey. So because we're using sugar, I've put some sugar, and we'll close it for a bit and reduce the fire. The porridge is now ready, and it looks really, when you know the taste of it, when it gets here, you begin to salivate. My daughters really love it. They're the ones actually who inspired me to bring it to the market. Because every time they came from school, they would be like, where is that porridge? And when they brought friends home, the friends would be pestering them to come, you know, to bring them back to take this kind of porridge. So it is very delicious. All kids love it. I haven't met any kid who doesn't like it. So I'm sure you will enjoy. So I will serve as we wait to finish up the githeri. If in case you have more than you need, you just put in a cup and put in the fridge, and when it is ready, when you're ready to take it, you can put in the microwave. We also have this porridge very ready to drink, and I'm sure many of you have seen it in the supermarkets and wondering, maziwa nini? But it's not maziwa. It's something that's even better than maziwa. It is a nutritious, ready-to-drink porridge. Porridge that you can have it at the office, you can have it at home. It is normally sold it's stored in the chiller. We currently have this in Carrefour and a few branches of Chandarana. We are working to stock it in other outlets. But it is a very nice product. Test it and you will really understand what I mean. So when you get it from the shop, it is chilled. So the way to warm it is you can throw it in the microwave, and first of all you shake it, then you put it in the microwave and let it heat. The other way you can do is boil water, and then after you boil, you immerse this packet. This packet is a very special kind of packet. It's not like, it cannot burn, and it's very friendly to the microwave. So it is safe and very convenient. So maybe for you to see exactly what I'm talking about, you can cut one of it. And then we can put it in a cup, and this is how it looks. Very nice and very delicious. So this is ready to be served, and so we go back to our githeri. I'm sure the githeri now is catching the fire, and it's looking very nice. Look at that. I'm going to serve. The meal is not only looking very attractive, it's also very yummy, and it is quite nutritious. Githeri is normally high in carbohydrates, protein, fiber, and because of the kind of bean that we're using, it's also high in iron and zinc, low in cholesterol. It's just a perfect meal. And so today we were looking at eating healthy with cherubet, and it's a meal that anybody can, can prepare. You can follow us on social media, cherubet, and you can also find our products in the supermarkets, and you can also order online. Thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed and going out to eat healthy.
We hope you enjoyed the show. Try Cherubet ready to eat and try the recipe at home and tag us on our social media pages.